Hello guys, my name is Karis and you're welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to edit your background, change the color, use an image, and also how to add a text to your project. Alright, let's get right to it. So to edit your background, you need to click this icon here. So this icon is the background editing icon. So once you click on that icon, it shows you a list of options with which to edit your background. So first off, you can have a transparent background if you click here. You can choose a color if you click here. If you choose a transparent background, the images will have no background, so you can export them as PNG in the case of a logo of some sort. Then you can choose a color or gradient. We'll get into that in a moment. You can also edit the image size from here. In the previous video, we've taken a look at how to edit your image size or your project dimensions using this button. Then you can also select an image for your background, a preloaded image on the app, or you can choose an image from your gallery, whichever one you choose. Alright, we'll get right to it. We'll try to edit a color, put a color on the background. It's white currently, so if we choose say yellow, the background turns to yellow, and if you choose blue, it turns to blue. So you can use any single color if you prefer. You can also use a gradient as well. What's a gradient? A gradient is a gradual mixture of two colors from one extreme of one color to another. Okay, and it can happen for two or more colors. So there are some gradients that are preset here for me. So you can scroll and find all the preset gradients that are here, whichever one you feel like you want to use. This blue one looks nice, this looks nice as well, purple one. So however you want it, or you can just click this plus to have more options. So once you're done, ensure you click good. If you click X, it disregards your selection. So ensure that once you select whatever you select, ensure you click good, then it retains your selection. Alright, so that's for using a color. Then using an image, like I said, there are preset images here. So if you click on image, it shows you all the preset images. You can select any of them and have it as your background, for whatever you want to do. Otherwise, you can choose specific your own image as you may from your gallery, which I'll do in a moment. You can also select from camera, so you can take a picture right away and add it to use it as a background in your design on demand, like on the spot. Alright, so I'm going to select a picture now from my gallery that I'm going to use for this design. So I've selected an image from my downloads. I downloaded this image from yandex.com. Great site, you should go there. So I downloaded this image and I clicked on it. Once I click on it, it shows me this interface before it adds this picture to the project I'm working on. So we're just going to go ahead and click on good here, and we just continue to select this picture. And automatically our background has been selected and our project has taken the size and dimensions of the picture as well. Once you select a picture or an image as your background, the entire project takes the dimensions of that image. So that means now, as opposed to what it was before, the length and height of my project has now been adopted from the image I just added. So we'll get right to adding text to this, which is the second part of today's class. Now, a quick tip: if you want to add a text on a background, if you look at this background, it's quite busy. If I'm going to add a text or something onto the background, I want to like dim this background a little bit. I don't want it to be too busy so that it doesn't compete with the text or the main thing I'm writing for attention. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover it up with a square. I'll make reference to another video that talks about adding shapes. In the comment section, I'll leave you a link so that you know how to add shapes to your images, shapes to your project. So I'll select a dark color, black preferably, and add it to this image. So I've covered the screen with that color, but I intend to reduce the opacity. So I'll go to my layers tree, and first I'll lock that image I added. Then I'll edit. In the edit tab, I'm going to reduce the opacity of that image to, I think 50 is good. Perfect, 50 is perfect. Then I click on OK. So the image is a bit dim so that whatever I write on it can pop out. Then we'll go straight to adding text, which is our second part of this video. Where you edit your text is this A button here. Once you click on it, you'll be able to add text or edit an already added text. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. It takes me here, and I can add text or add a quote. Let's say I want to add the text, and it shows me this on my canvas automatically, and it's written new text, but I don't want to use new text. I want to edit what it is. So on this edit bar, you can see different options to edit your text. Now we're going to go through them briefly. So I'll click on this pencil over here that says edit, and once I click on it, I can change and type whatever I want to type. Okay, now having done that, I want to select the color. Still on this slider, I'll look for color and I select color. I'll just go ahead and just select a color, white. That's what I'm going to use, and I'll click good. Great, now it's white in color. It's beginning to make more sense, isn't it? So I can increase the size, and if I don't want all of them to be in the same line, I can use this slider over here. If I pull it, there are two sliders. This one is to reduce the width of the entire text box, and this one is to increase the size of all the text. I'll illustrate in a moment. So I already showed you how to increase and reduce the size of the text using this slider. So if I use this other slider, if I slide it in and slide it in, it reduces the space for the text such that the text is no longer on one line, which I prefer for this particular design. Then I can also increase the size a little bit. Now, one very important thing in adding text is where your text is positioned. You don't just add your text and just leave it anywhere. You want to be sure your text is in the right place you want it to be. You want to be sure your text is in a deliberate place. So there's what's called relative position. With relative position, you can easily adjust the position of the text. If I click on relative position, I see different options. The first one on the left is to send the text to the extreme left of the canvas. The one in the middle is to send the text to the vertical middle of the canvas, and the one on the extreme right at the top is to send it to the extreme right of the canvas. Then the one down on the second line, the first one from the left is to send it to the extreme top. The next one is to send it to the middle, and the other is to send it to the bottom. So if I want it to be at the exact middle, I'll click on the vertical middle and horizontal center. So right now I can be sure that this text, so right now I can be sure that this text is at the exact center of this design, of this canvas. So I'll click good. So then I lock my text. Always lock once you add, lock what you've added so that you don't mistakenly move it around. So once you've locked your text, if you have to edit your text, you can't click on it on the canvas. You have to click on your layers panel and select whatever you want to select. Then the edit tab opens up for you. So the next thing I want to do is I want to change the font. So I scroll for fonts, find them. I did the font over here. Now by default, the default fonts you can always use, but you can also always download more fonts. I'll leave the link to a video on downloading new fonts for you, how to download and install new fonts, so you can take a look at it. So let's select any font here, then OK. So it gives me, it's bigger now, so the arrangement has changed. So what I can do is I need to widen this text box to accommodate the text. See, but first of all I have to unlock the text. Once I unlock it and widen this text box, great, now you can, because this new text is thicker than the previous text, so you need more room to be accommodated, more like. So having done that, I want to re-centralize my text. So I go back to relative position and then I centralize it. I click OK and we're good to go. That, my friends, is how to add a text to your project and how to change the background of your project. You can watch the video on how to save your project and ensure you save this beautiful project of yours. I'd like to see what you've done with this video. I hope this video has added value to you. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a like, and turn on the notification button so you can get to know when we drop a new video. Thank you.